Hey guys, happy Monday to all of you. I know it's been a rather different and difficult week for all of us. I shared a little video last night actually on some little things we can do while we sit at home. And before I go through my review this week, I'd like to add a bit on that. Is that while we are quarantined, I think one of the best thing we can do is to follow our routines, the little routines like what we do when we get up, or if we have a morning routine, what time we have our lunch, our evening routine, what time we go to sleep. These little things we should probably follow because it will less confuse our minds at the moment. And it's just like building a habit. Yes, it's nice now that we are home, we can do the additional stuff, we can cook a little, we can read a book, we can start something creative. But it's when you build a habit, it's usually difficult to start because your mind is going through something new and it's just not used to it, and it's probably going to resist it. So same thing right now, if you're not going to follow the little routines, your mind might take the overthinking mode or the panic mode because it's just confused. And although you're doing something nice, you might not feel so good about it because it's just not used to what's happening. Just like a habit, if you're doing something good for yourself, you have your big whys, you kind of think like, why am I still not getting this done? Why is my mind sort of fighting this? It's just because it's not used to it. So just try to follow the little routines. I think it will really help you get through the quarantine period. So going back to my morning pages review, my first week I know was a little crazy because it was just the start of the habit. Second week was sort of a disaster, but I learned a lot from it. Now the third week, it was a rather interesting one. So I was already working from home since Monday, and I told myself that I would stick to my working routine and my waking up time, because I know if not, I would not be able to build that habit properly. So I stuck to the routine, I stuck to the waking up time, and I tried to follow it. And I could actually rather, I did it most of the days, I think, because the habit is starting to develop. So I'm starting to get used to the fact that I get up and the first thing I do is I take my thoughts out. No matter what's in my mind, I need to take them out on the three blank pages. And I think it's really interesting that these videos actually helped me to be accountable to the habit. And I'm sort of, I would say, 50-60% building it. I had some days that didn't go well, of course, this week as well. So I think it was Wednesday. So I think there was just too many things going on in my country on Tuesday that on Wednesday I couldn't wake up. So how it was successful this week was that I used the 5 second rule a lot. So if you've watched my past videos, you will know what the 5 seconds rule is. You say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get on your feet. You can learn more on it on my previous video. So what happened was that I used that a lot to get off bed. But on Wednesday, although I was off my bed, I just couldn't get myself to write the pages, and I just kept wanting to go back to sleep. So I used that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to actually even make me start writing, to just make me sit there and start writing. And that sort of pushed me to it. So I think Wednesday was a bit more difficult because I just had too many things going on the day earlier. I slept a little late, and yeah, so but I am really glad I actually sat and wrote those 3 pages, because a lot of my thoughts came out on the pages, a lot of my worries, and I don't know what, all the things that was in my mind. So after writing those, I actually felt like, okay, the day is not too bad. I have a clearer vision now on how I'm going to do the week. So yeah, that was good. And Thursday was also difficult again because I slept so late on Wednesday. So that's the thing, if you're going to follow your routines in the morning, you will have to follow your evening routine as well. If you're going to sleep later than usual, definitely the morning is going to be harder. So that's what happened to me on Thursday. I woke up quite late because I slept quite late. So I had to start a little on my work first before I went back to my morning pages. But then again, I still had to write it. I still went back to writing it, but I wouldn't say it was that great because I already had done a lot of things before I wrote the pages. So though the days that I actually followed my routine, woke up on time and wrote those pages, those were the best days. And I really think that they kept me going through this quarantine period. And yeah, having this routine is really helping me. On weekends, I think so what happened is that on weekends I woke up later than usual. And the funny thing is, on this Saturday and Sunday, it was just, I didn't even need the 5-second rule. I woke up and I straight went to my pages and I started writing. So I think the habit is really forming, and I'm really happy because I always wanted to form a good morning routine. So I think these videos are really helping me. Let's see how my 4th week goes. It looks good so far. I'm going to try to stick to my routine, try to stick to the timing, and make sure I do them correctly. And I'll share with you the final week of morning pages, and we'll go to a new habit the following week. So let's see how this goes. See you next week.